Hey everybody, welcome back to our neck of the woods. So in this video, we are gonna start finishing out the garage with the drywall and the ceiling. So stay tuned and see what's going on. All right, well, the day's over. We got almost halfway. I think if we put one more paneling up there, we would reach pretty much right in the middle, which would be 6 panels across. So that'd be 12 total. Looks like we got about 10 in though. Definitely harder work than I thought. These drywall panels that I got, They're approved for a garage, so they're X-rated, which means they're 5/8 of an inch. I went ahead and got 12 footers. So they are 105 or 106 pounds a piece, or at least that's what it said at Menards when you picked them up on the little price sheet and the thing sitting outside. It is not easy. What you can see in the video, obviously, we were putting it on our foot as we lifted it up onto the lift. Then we left it on our foot as we went on up, and then kind of pushed it up with our hands and left it on our foot, and it was not easy. But we got pretty much halfway on the drywall around, so we've got halfway to go then. The metal paneling, obviously, like I said, we are almost halfway with that. The difficult part, the panels weren't lining up. This wall over here is bowed out, I believe, a little. So while both corners were touching, I had both panels completely screwed in, and then I looked down and the panels were like this. So had to unscrew them all, put the laser on the ground, and I hit the panel outside and the panel outside more on this side, and we were like over an inch off. So we pulled the panels back out, then screwed them back up. So now we've got an inch gap along the wall back here. Don't know if you can see it or not, but you might be able to see some drywall up in there or some trusses. Like right there's a truss, there's a truss, there's a truss. So I don't know if you can see it. So I did not buy any of the trim for metal. So usually you buy some L trim that sits all along the perimeter, and then you kind of take the panel and put it up on that trim and set it down. Well, I knew my trusses weren't going to be straight. We didn't pre-drill any of the holes because I knew the trusses were going to kind of go like this. And with that L channel in there, if anything was off, there's really no fixing it. So I decided I wanted a cleaner look. So like back on that back wall, it looks like the metal is like going right through the drywall. So the ends, front and back, aren't really the problem. I'll probably still put some caulking up around there in between the drywall and the metal, and then up, down, underneath of that first truss and this over here, I'll hit it with a can of spray foam to kind of seal it in. But I didn't want that L channel. That L channel, it sticks out really far, and then when you've got the I guess the humps up instead of the humps down, dust sticks up in there and dirt, and it just kind of sticks out, and I just don't like that look. Again, with it looking like that with no L channel up in there, it just looks like it's passing right through the drywall and continuing. The problem is again, the side with the gap without the L channel over there, obviously you can see up into the attic right now. So what I'm gonna have to do there is I'm probably gonna put some wood crown molding or something on. Obviously I'm gonna need something about an inch or so thick, but that would be easy to put down the sides. Don't know how that's gonna look though, to see a piece of like almost crown molding along the side here and then nothing along the back wall over there. But I don't know, that would be really tricky to try and cut a piece of wood out and basically go with those humps every which way. So that's gonna be a pain. But it is what it is. This wall somehow bowed out a little bit. Probably not under roof, and I did have a chain on it at one point. There was a chain tied up. I don't know if you guys remember, but back there it was tied from up there all the way down to that corner, or maybe it was top to top, and it was kind of pulling them into each other. But we took those off when we were doing the trusses. And I mean, the trusses are laid out fine. Where we've got the, I think you call it the heel of the truss on both sides, they fit. There wasn't really that much off putting it from heel to heel. So I don't know, but the metal panels couldn't push in any further that way in each corner. So the middle had to be sacrificed, but we're gonna have to hide that with a piece of, like I said, crown molding, and then back behind that, we'll hit that with some spray foam and completely seal it in. So we'll get back to it probably in 2 days from now. Dad can't come tomorrow. I'll have to see if maybe I can get somebody out here last notice, but this thing is at least not that expensive to rent. They're only charging me $80 a day. So to have it sit here and waste $80. I'm definitely not gonna be able to do anything myself though. You just can't move 14-foot panels and 100-pound, 12-foot pieces of drywall by yourself. So we're just gonna have to wait, and maybe I'll see you guys back here Friday, and we'll get cracking at it and hopefully finishing it up. All right, everybody, welcome back. It's day 4. Dad's not here again, so today I might just be doing a little bit of things, cleaning up, and actually there's a few things that I want to do to the truck. But this is where we got so far. Yes, it's day 4, but we didn't do a lot in that time frame. Day 1, you saw what we did, just the first few panels and that drywall over there. And we got started at like 10 a.m. and only went till about 5. So kind of slow going on the first day. But the second day, you guys saw me do the front of the garage over here. And I got started around noon and took a lunch break, a dinner break, and didn't get a lot done there. And then I ran out of screws. So not too much going. And then yesterday we started at 10 again. Then we went to the store and we picked up that ladder access hatch right there that folds down and meets the stairs, because I was having a heck of a time thinking, how am I gonna get anything up into the attic with 15-foot ceilings? They don't make 15-foot ladder accesses like that. So we got over to this side and I'm like, holy crap, I'm just gonna use the stairs. We'll unfold the ladder, it will sit down on the bottom of a stair right there, and that'll be perfect. So we went ahead and got that. I still have to cut out a little bit on that last panel that we set so it can go back up and fold. But then, as you see, the paneling, we got down to panel 18 and we ran out of screws. So unfortunately, Menards doesn't have those black metal sheet screws in stock, so I had to order them. So we're probably looking at 2 or 3 days where we're not gonna be able to do anything at all. So again, might have been 3 days of work, but not a lot of hours put in. Again, today I could probably do the lower panels. I could probably pick those up myself and get them onto the ledge here and then go across, cut the outlets out, and I could probably do the back wall and the 2 side walls, as again, the front wall is already done. Then the middle sections, I could probably do myself actually, because I probably won't take the full 12-footer and run them across the window like you see up there on that top panel. I could probably just go ahead and cut that little piece down there, that little piece down there. And as long as I get the first sheet on here like this, I'll be able to sit the next piece on top and get it in between the upper and the first one. And I actually probably will be able to do that myself. So we'll see what's going on. But today I want to take it easy, take a break. My hand's killing me. I'm developing that like bruise again in between the webbing right there where you're constantly pushing on a drill. Pinches the skin, turns it like black and blue, and really starts to like make your hand fat from all the holding and stuff. And then something else is going on with my elbow. Last year, I know using the hammer all the time was really starting to hurt, but now I've got some like tendonitis or something on the inside of my elbow. So not like tennis elbow, but the medial side, not the lateral side of my elbow. There's a tendon that's really tight and pulled, and even pulling my knife down the drywall really is irritating it. So I'm gonna leave that alone. And again, probably today, just do some cleaning up. And again, I'm gonna show you some few upgrades on the truck that I got, and we'll go over that in a little bit. So hang tight for another day to finishing all of this up. And it's going. We're just gonna have to wait on the screws and my dad to come out, and we've already gone beyond that time frame where when you rent equipment, it's $80 a day, but if you go a week, it drastically drops in price. And if you go 3 weeks, it drops again. And then I think if you go beyond a month, it drops again. So once you go beyond like 4 days on a lift, you pretty much get the weekly rental. So we're no longer at $80 a day. So if I can get this knocked out in the next 2 days on like Monday or Tuesday and return the lift, I should be able to knock out all of the garage by myself, or again, if my dad can maybe stop out on like Monday or Tuesday. The only difficult part will probably be this back wall here, because the drywall is not going to sit on the ledge back there. It's going to sit on the floor. So you got the first 4-footer on the ground, and then you go up 4 feet, and then there's going to be an upper part there that's going to be difficult to put a full 12-foot sheet up there by myself, unless I cut it down, but then that's stupid to have more tape lines. So we'll see. But I'm gonna get started, pull the car out, get the truck in here, and then I wanna show you guys a little cool upgrades that I got. All right, so if you remember me saying, if I would have bought this truck outfitted the way I want to, there would be a few things that I would have done. The first thing that I would have done is gotten the sport package. The sport package basically gets rid of all of the chrome and anything that's black. It color matches everything, and I think it just makes the vehicles look a lot sharper. So for example, the door handles wouldn't have been black. I don't mind those actually, but it would have gotten rid of all of the chrome on the bumper. These pieces right here, here, and here, and here. So there's 6 across the front, and the rear bumper also. The other thing I would have done is gotten the night edition package, and the night edition basically blacks everything out. So up here on the front where you see Ram and then these little like nose, nostril, U-shaped things, these all get blacked out. The 2500 heavy duty gets blacked out. The Hemi 6.4 gets blacked out, and everything on the tailgate gets blacked out. And it also comes with some nice 20-inch black wheels, and it just makes the truck again look 10 times sharper. I still would have gotten a white, a silver, or my 2017 was the gunmetal or granite crystal metallic, which basically looks like gunmetal. I wouldn't have gotten black and had the whole truck like murdered out, but that's what I would have gotten if I had the truck built. So what we are going to do today is some things started arriving to basically turn it into the night edition. So on the back tailgate, we've got the factory Ram emblem blacked out, the 4x4, 6.4 Hemi, the 25 heavy duty, and the very front of the car truck where it says Ram. The only thing I am not changing out, I'm just getting rid of them, If you look right here, I think there's too many badging right here. I just don't like the way that it looks. I don't know why they have to have a ram on the door, then the engine, and then what it is. I think that's too much. So yesterday I went ahead and deleted the ram on the door. So to give you an idea, I think it looks a lot better to just have nothing on the door right there. And we'll just go ahead and change out that one, and we'll go ahead and change out that one. Now I do have an appointment also set up for my buddy Jesse to get the front windows tinted. I just like the fact that the factory comes with 20% in the back doors and the back window. So to go ahead and get 20% also in the front to make it look a little bit more uniform, I think it looks a lot better. If you guys are noticing this blue bumper on the ground, I found a guy selling one. It's got some scratches in it, no dings, no dents, but colored bumper is gonna be 1,000 times easier to paint. So I'm gonna give that to my buddy John, who painted my Cayman GT4 wing and my side scoops, and he is gonna paint that factory white. So that leaves us then in the front. The only thing we have to worry about is what are we gonna do with these chrome pieces here. Now these are plastic, that's easy to paint. That's a steel chrome bumper, not easy to paint. We can obviously probably buy these from the factory or find these on eBay, but I think that's gonna suck to save the money and not have to buy anything. But to give these to John and then wait a few weeks for them to get painted, because then I've got a truck with basically no front end on it. So I don't know, I'll decide what I'm gonna do with that. The only thing that hasn't shown up yet is the black little nostrils here. Those are on the way. And I did go ahead and buy the factory cutouts here for the fog lights. So we're gonna pop these ones out, put in new ones, and then we'll go ahead and put in a real fog light so we can have a little bit more light. And then I'm still waiting on the dealership to give me my tow hooks, the lower grill here where the cutout of the tow hook goes, and then the rear wheel liners. The only other thing I did so far, actually the first upgrade, was I did upgrade the headlights. So these factory headlights and most headlights are just absolutely horrible. You know, they're nasty yellow. These are the halogens. This truck didn't come with the LED upgrades or projector HIDs or anything like that, but they were just god awful. Headlight Revolution online, they do a lot of testing with lights. So they will buy a light bulb and put it in like every year, make and model of a vehicle, and they'll buy like 20 different light bulbs and put them in, and they will give you their honest opinion with video, which one works the best, which one has the best beam cutoff. So you're not just blasting light everywhere and blinding other incoming traffic. So it'll have a good cutoff line down to the ground. They'll tell you where the focus of the beam is on a wall at the appropriate like 25 feet or something where it's concentrating its pattern. And instead of measuring it in lumens, they measure it in lux. And the factory headlights were trash. The factory lux headlights on this truck were 170. Fog lights are brighter than 170. I couldn't see going down the road in these factory headlights for anything. They are junk, and that's usually the case on everything. My Jeep Wrangler that I've had is the same way. That was a TJ, so I think it was a 2002 or something, 2004. No, 2006, but they were all TJs. Worst headlight output in the world. The only car that I've ever had that's actually great is ones that come factory with LEDs or HIDs, like my 370Z or the Mercedes AMG. They actually have decent light output from the factory. But if you've got a halogen bulb, I would really think about upgrading, but don't just throw anything in there. Do your research and don't hurt oncoming drivers. Get something that actually works. And these ones here are called the SV4s, I think, but they're the SV4s. They work well, they are bright, they are 740 lux. So we're going from 170 up to 740. So now I can actually see. But if you look here, no, we're not at 25 feet, but you can see right here, we're not gonna be in oncoming traffic's visual. It's got a nice beam cutoff right there. It's not shining too high, even though you can adjust your light bulbs up and down and left and right with some set screws on every single light made in the world. But that is a good light pattern and a lot more intensity. shining, you know, down at the ground over to the right, again, to not hurt oncoming traffic. But that is going to be a 1000% upgrade that I can actually see at night. So we're gonna go ahead and switch these badges out, and we'll go from there and see how it looks afterwards. Stay tuned. All right, everybody, that's gonna wrap this video up here. Hopefully, like I said, this week we finish out the roof and the upper parts of the drywall, and I can get to working on the middle and lower parts. But truck turned out good. I think gives it a little bit better look of appearance than just that fake chrome on that plastic. And eventually we'll get the front bumper painted and get these popped out here. Don't know, again, still what I'm gonna do about this and this. We'll have to see how it looks maybe after the bumper's painted. If unless I need to take it all off together, well, then we'll see if it doesn't make sense to do it like 3 or 4 times to take everything off. And then as for the rear bumper, we can go ahead and get something like try to find one that's painted and do the same thing, paint it down. Or we could do aftermarket. We could get something with like extra backup reverse lights, like pods mounted in here, or some D-ring acceptors that you hook on, so that way you can pull people out of issues and stuff on the side of the road. But we'll see. But those usually come painted like a matte black, so maybe something aftermarket. But so I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I'm gonna finish getting cracking at it the rest of the day by myself. We went and picked up a heck of a lot more drywall yesterday, so that should be enough to finish everything out. As long as I can pick these sheets up and put them onto the ledge, I'll be able to get all of the lower half and then move all this stuff out of the way. We'll be able to start working on the back wall, and then we'll go from there. As for the stairs, I don't know if I'm gonna have to cut those out individually or if I can unscrew them from the ICF and kind of just pull them out a little bit, and then I can shove a piece down in there. But that may not work because the bracket up top is nailed down, and that's not gonna really give any movement. Probably should have moved that out 5/8 of an inch before I put that down, but it is what it is. So again, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. So if you guys enjoyed, please like, please subscribe if you're not already. Turn the bell on so you can get notified of future videos. Comment if you have anything to say about what we're looking at so far, everything up in here. If you need to personal message us, you can hit us up at NeckofTheWoods 2020, and that's a little bit more private and secure than doing everything on YouTube right in the comments where everybody can see it. But again, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Take care.